Hello, everybody. Sat in the kitchen again. Just thought I'd do another update, particularly on this week, because I think this week should have been really a big part of our season for most of our competitive members. It would have started last week, last Thursday and Good Friday with Joe. He should have been racing at the World Para Series in Sheffield. Dublin as the GB Paralympic Trials, so sort of selection for the para team. That was supposed to be last Thursday and Friday. He was competing. His main event, 100 breaststroke, would have been on Good Friday. This week would have been British Champs and Olympic Trials in London. So we had Tash should have been racing the 200 fly on Thursday, and we could have potentially had one more member, Larry or Alicia, as she's formally known, could have qualified for 400 medley. There's still a bit of work to do there, not really expected, but a little goal for her to try and achieve. So there could have been 3 people racing at some sort of Olympic or Paralympic trials. This weekend, today's Saturday the 18th, yesterday, today and tomorrow should have been the Leeds National Qualifying Meet. So a lot of our A and B squad members should have been racing sort of in the national qualifying window, posted some best times, hopefully, this weekend. And we should have also been competing at the Rotherham Metro Level 3 meet. So for a few of the B squadders and development swimmers. So the whole range of the club should have been competing this weekend as targeted meet. So I think it was quite important for us to do a little update around this week. Again, I've taken a lot of inspiration and listened to what Kev Brooks has said on his Kev chat. Please go and look at it on YouTube. It's really, really good. He's got away with words. He's just very articulate in the way he talks. Whereas I'm not very good at using a wide range of vocabulary. I've even had to practice that word to make sure I said it right. And I think through a little bit of reflection, one of my mentors, one of my good friends, has told me that I'm really good at analogies. When I'm trying to explain something and trying to get a point across to either swimmers or fellow coaches, I'm really good at using analogies and putting it in a way that other people can understand in their own way. I use other sports, I use school examples, just quite random. I don't really plan them, I just come up with them. And I'm really good at that because I'm really bad with words. And I've had to find a way around my negativity, like negative aspects of something, and find a positive to sort of overcome that negative, really. And I think this is what we could do during COVID-19 while we're off, and have that reflection of going, why am I really good at that? Or why am I really bad at that? Does that make us really good at something else? And that's something that I've learned about myself. I was sort of told I was really good at analogies, but I never really understood why. Until last week, really, when I was just, I think I was jet washing the patio of all things, and just had some of that time to let my mind wander. And then I realised that I am not very articulate when it comes to words. However, I have overcome that by becoming good at analogies. So perhaps this time is sort of working out what you are really good at or what you're not so good at and why. And sometimes you want to make those weaknesses into strengths. Some of those weaknesses will make strengths. So going back to the topic of competitions, it's been taken away from us. And I suppose that a lot of people might be feeling a loss or a little bit down, but it's not been taken away from you individually. It's been taken away from all of us, all over the country, all over the world. It's not something that you've missed out on because it's your fault. Everyone else will be feeling the same way. So I don't think we should be spending too much energy on feeling down that we've missed an opportunity. It's not that we've missed it. It's that it was taken away. Like, the opportunity wasn't there for us to take anyway, and it's out of our control. A lot of athletes will feel like that. A lot of coaches will feel like that, because that's what we've sort of been working towards, and that's what we've been planning towards. And it's okay to feel like that. A lot of discussions in coaching circles about what we're doing and how we're doing, and we're all pretty much fairly similar on what we do. Some people are doing it more extreme than others. So some clubs are giving a daily timetable out, excuse me, and really going quite heavy on the workouts. Some are going really light. And I think we've got a fairly decent balance at the moment of 4 sessions a week, 3 sessions a week for everybody through the Facebook Live, 1 session a week additional for A and B squad members, because they normally do more training in anyway. But also encouraging sort of doing the Joe Wicks workouts in the morning. I've explained to A squad the physiology behind the frequency and intensity of what we should be doing. And I think we've got a good balance of this is your framework, and you can add things around it. So you can add Pilates sessions, you can add additional stretching, and perhaps that's something that you need to work on. And this is a perfect time for you to do that and find that little something that you can work on now. I mean, there's a great quote. I think Under Armour did an advert with Phelps a few years ago. And one of the quotes was, let me get it. It's what you do in the dark that puts you in the light. And I think that's quite apt at the moment, is what can you do right now that could improve your swimming or yourself? It doesn't have to be swimming related, but it could be just improving yourself. What can you do now in the dark, sort of inverted commas around COVID-19 while we're not in the pool, that when we get back to the pool, because we will get back, we will be, without getting too sentimental, we'll be back together again, and we'll still achieve the goals that we set out and still strive for bigger and better goals. But during this time that we've been given, what could we be doing? Could we be reading more? Could we be getting better at maths? Could we be taking a bit more time to reflect or meditate? Could we be doing extra flexibility and mobility? Like, what else could you be doing right now that you've got the time to do that perhaps you don't have the time to do anyway? On the sort of weekly A squad catch up, I was asked how I'm feeling, because I ask a lot of swimmers how they're doing and sort of support them through this time. And Tash asked me how I'm doing, and it's quite strange, really. Like through university, through the MSc degree that I'm doing, a lot of it is about reflection and working out who we are as people. And it's also, we learned about sort of the stages of grief and how those stages of grief aren't always necessarily stuck fast to grief. You don't have to lose someone or a loved one or something in order to feel grief. You can feel those stages on any sort of incident that happens. So when sort of COVID-19 first started and competitions first started getting cancelled, I was quite angry. Almost sort of didn't believe it, and that's the first sort of stage. Is it's not really happening. Then you get angry about it. Then eventually you become accepted to it, and I think that's the stage I'm in right now. Is I've accepted the situation. I don't feel negative that I'm missing out on coaching at Olympic trials. I don't feel positive about it, but I don't feel negative. I'm just sort of neutral about it, really, and come to accept the situation that we're in. And I'm enjoying the time that I've got with the 2 kids, Charlie, who's 3, and Ava, who's 9 months. Ava started to take her first few tentative steps, when you're holding her hand and she's taking a step. So I think I might have missed out on that if it wasn't for COVID-19. So I think that's a huge positive that I'm having right now. Is I'm spending a lot more time with my kids and with my family and my wife, and especially at an age that Charlie and Ava are sort of need me or appreciate that time. Whereas when they're teenagers, a lot of you parents that might be listening possibly don't need as much of that attention or that time. Whereas at this stage, it's great, bedtime stories, jigsaws. It's just really good, and I'm quite enjoying it. It's just quite a strange time for all of us, really, and I think when sort of relating it to swimming, we've kind of had a dress rehearsal. I'm taking words from another coach off the Poolside Pass podcast. If you're not listening to it, please listen to it. I've recorded an episode. I should be on episode 11. And I think episode 9 has just come out, I think. So please, it's called the Poolside Pass. I use the podcast app on my phone to listen, but I think it's available through Spotify. But look on the website, poolsidepass.com, I think. And one of the coaches on there has talked about this has been a dress rehearsal and we get another chance later. So next year, I'm expecting another Olympic trials, another Paralympic trials. And it's not an additional opportunity we've got. It's just the same one. It's just later. What we get an additional is we get a whole year to practice again. We get a whole year to be better. We get a whole year to improve on things that perhaps we have improved already this year. We just get to improve that one step further, ready ahead of next year. For those people that weren't qualified for sort of the trials events, it gives you that opportunity, an extra year to qualify. And for those people that probably won't qualify next year, it probably won't have given you an additional opportunity, but you won't have missed out on anything. Like everyone else in your particular situation, you're all the same. You won't have missed out. You won't have. That won't have been taken away. You still get that opportunity next year if you wish to take it. And I think that's important. A lot of people have asked me about how to keep sane really during this time, because the sort of normal timetable of your day-to-day life has been taken away. It's been suspended, for want of a better word. Routine is still key. Humans like routine. We're creatures of comfort. And I think routine gives you a purpose. It gives you a goal. Particularly during the week, Monday to Friday, try and get in that routine of getting up at a reasonable hour. You don't have to get up at 5 a.m. like you do when you're training, but still get up at a reasonable hour and get your schoolwork done or get in a routine. And you can balance your schoolwork around what we're doing, sort of Joe Wick's workouts. We're baking with Izzy on Friday. So you can base your timetable and be more flexible and take a bit of ownership as well. Really be motivated by you're doing it your way, how you want to do it. But still get up in a routine, and that's what I'm doing at home. Is we're up about 7 or half 7 with Charlie and Ava every day. We get up, have breakfast. Sort of Monday to Friday, me and Charlie do the Joe Wick's workout. We have lunch, we work out in an afternoon. Don't know if you've seen Charlie on Facebook. He kind of dips in and out a bit, plays mostly in the garden. So I go, oh yeah, guys, I'll do it with Daddy. He doesn't, he just plays on his bike. If you haven't seen Charlie do wall sit, it's excellent. I say find a space on the wall so you can lean against it and have that 90-degree angle on your legs so it's burn the legs. Let's do wall sit. He finds a wall outside and sits on it. I mean, 3-year-old logic, you can't really fault it, can you? But yeah, it's interesting. I think I went off on a bit of a tangent now, but I definitely went off a tangent when Tash asked me that question. And it's just giving yourself that little purpose each and every day, and working through it. And I think our squad is really good. It's really tight, especially sort of in the A and the B squads that I see most days. Really tight squads that are in. And they're sort of looking after each other at the moment anyway, which is, it's just really good to see. Really, really good to see. I don't think we're not doing anything sort of different to anyone else. And everyone else isn't really doing anything different to us. It's kind of the same all the way through. So I'd say that we're in a really good place at the moment. And I think we've got a good balance. Especially with the live cooking through Zoom that we do. Really, really enjoy them. And it's one thing that George and I have spoke about is, could we do that once a month with swimmers via Zoom? Is that something additional that we could add? I know it's difficult because we're all really busy and competitions get in the way, and the timing of things. But is it something that we could do? If it's not once a month, is it once a cycle? Could we do it at some point? Is what we're asking. And one of the feedbacks from swim camp was, can we do something more social with each other, with the groups? And hopefully I'm going to do that quiz for you all on Friday evening, about 7:30, 7:45, I think. But I'll email out all the details. I've just got to work out exactly how I'm going to do it, and how we're going to point score and all the rest of it. But we'll figure that out. And I think at the moment I'm more social now than I am normally. Like, I speak to my family once a week on a family catch up on Zoom. Catch up with my friends once a week, our group of friends once a week as well. I think I'm just more social and talk to my family more now than I ever did before, which is quite strange. It's good, and it shows us that we can do it on a more regular basis if we wanted to, and use the technology to our advantage. If you've got anything else that you'd sort of like me to talk about on these catch-ups that I might do every 2 or 3 weeks, please get in touch and sort of ask questions. And I'll sort of draw inspiration from what we talk about in squad meetings and what George picks up from B Squad. And it's really, really good and interesting to see everyone doing the cooking. Really, really interesting to see that. And hopefully we'll have a bit of fun with the quiz as well. So I'll just finish off with a quote about patience. I saw it on one of those sort of generic motivation Twitter feeds. Patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude whilst waiting. And I think that's the key. Similar to the other quote is, we've been forced to wait to return to the pool. Not just us, but everybody. We've been forced to wait from school, from social events, from our sport. But it's about how we keep ourselves motivated and sane and having a good attitude now. And then thinking about what are those attitudes, what are those attributes that we're learning right now, what can we deliver in the future when we sort of get back to a normality, our new normal, moving forwards. And I think I'll leave it there for this sort of update, and just finish with the line on keep improvising, keep adapting, keep overcoming. And I'll catch you all again soon.